welcome back to the Rec Room of Death, where bad things pretty much always happen.
Yeah. Like that time we lost that game of Othello.
Oh,
game of what?
That was so sad.
Yeah.
Game of what?
It's Othello.
I believe it's pronounced Otello.
Well, I pronounce it Othello. Celeste's pronounce it.
I see. Very good. Very
Pronounced it differently.
So anyone want to do some billiards while we wait for, I don't know, the corpse to decompose? What are we doing? Yeah, no, that's gross.
Yeah.
Anywho, soccer is dead. We should figure out why and how.
Yes. We have no choice but to Nike.
If Hina killed
Just do it.
I think we are still maintaining suicide. But if it turns out to be Hina, I'm just going to collapse on the couch here and wail in despair.
Yeah. We'll try to move the mic to an appropriate distance so it picks it up. All right. Let's go.
It's just so eerily silent. I don't know if I like that. Oh, bye, Kyoko. She's hiding. Can you find her?
I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon.
A daytime death.
Yeah. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school.
The what?
The
I
school.
believe it's pronounced Shul.
School. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. No other injuries were noted.
I guess it's not suicide.
Ooh, well,
Oh.
blow to the victim's head. Could be she just punched herself in the face to death. It's Sakura. It'll only take one punch.
I mean, that's radical.
However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Well, that's okay. So the poison happened there.
Yeah. Truth bullets.
Thank goodness we're finally back to that.
Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge.
Are you challenging me? Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means that the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So if the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out till we broke the window,
Yes, Makoto?
Almost there.
there's like zero escape, right?
There we go.
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder.
I think it's the same company. It might even be the same writer, but this company makes a similar series called the Zero Escape series, which is about escaping from basically trap puzzle rooms.
That's very niche.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're kind of known for.
Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever.
Whatever.
Or if you watch a lot of PBS. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Who do you think Makoto's favorite classic detective is? Poirot?
Yeah, I'm thinking Poirot. Poirot came to mind.
I was just gonna go Sherlock Holmes because he's so average.
Yeah, that's the average answer.
That is the
Yeah.
average answer, yeah.
hey,
There are other detectives?
Oh, Kyoko has no opinion of Makoto. Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
And trails? Sure, if you don't mind.
I thought you might need to.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types.
Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo.
Fire Nation, Earth Kingdom, Water Tribes, Air Nomads.
That was the other thing I was thinking about going for.
But it all changed when Sherlock Holmes attacked. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room.
I don't know. Could you start over?
You lost me.
Could I get a whiteboard?
Follow up. Just
Is there
here.
a picture book version of this explanation?
Here's some paper.
Yay!
This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Are you with me so far?
Nope.
I'm already making doodles.
Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
Kyoko, I murdered Hiro while I was bored. What should we do?
So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before
Doesn't
the
answer
crime
the
is
question.
committed. Well, that's because he was thinking it. It
Oh.
was blue text.
None of us
Oh.
noticed that but you. Very good.
Oh.
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or a tool from outside to target the victim inside.
Drones.
Oh, yeah, true.
I feel we should note at this particular moment in time that there is a kitten right in front of the text on the screen.
Yeah, so if
there-
we're guessing at some words, it's because of Catwatch 2018.
Yes. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, unless you're shopping at the school store.
Which has
You can
all the murders.
You can share that with any of us at this point, Makoto. And the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
Doesn't even have a Banana Republic.
Boo! But that was also really good.
Yeah, I think we could probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
Where is that joke from?
It's from the DM of the Rings. No, it's not from DM of the Rings. It's from something about that long ago.
Oh, it's from the Very Secret Diaries, written by Cassie Clare. That's what it was. The Gap of Rohan. But there's no gap in Rohan.
Yep.
There's not even a Banana Republic. Oh, we're dating ourselves here. God, Cassie Clare is such a nightmare. Anyway. The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
Also, if it sounds like a microphone fell, assume that that's a cat's fault as well.
Yep. What do you mean by that? I think it means if.
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe, thing.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
Not a locked room?
Yes,
In other
Makoto.
words,
By that, I mean there is actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room.
I like this trap door I just found.
You see
It's
this
probably
in a
unrelated.
lot of... You see... Quiet, Phil.
Yes.
You see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible.
Yeah, definitely no trapdoors in this room, in this school in which we've already established there's trapdoors. And you could think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say.
I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can.
Bring some ginseng.
Sakura, if nothing else.
Ah,
Ah!
Ah! Oh, Byakuya, what are you doing
they were
here?
spring-loaded and ready to go at a moment's notice. We already know who did it.
Why? She always seems to know that.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them.
So we don't know who did it.
And then any one of them, I figured it out. Start the trial. They couldn't stand the sight of her.
We've narrowed it down to half the group.
You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
Wait, what?
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
If Hina killed her, I'm just not going to recover.
Yeah. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened.
Oh.
Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets. I know.
You understand nothing, Makoto.
Truth bullets!
I haven't heard it in so long I don't remember how to pronounce it.
It's like what a kid says when they get hurt. Owie.
Owie. Okay. Owie's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
But the fact that she had asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying.
I'm guessing he's about to speculate that there might be a connection.
It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly.
Oh.
Because there's no such thing as saying a thing that isn't actually true, right?
Yeah.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed...
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. So that would be the blood vomiting and the poison.
Yeah.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting.
I just had this discussion like 4 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hina's still shouting it. Meet in the rec room!
Then it's true?
He was just thinking about other things.
Ah, very good.
He'd gone to his mind palace.
How can I mess with this crime scene?
I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster?
Fuck you.
So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. I'm not actually seeing her right now. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth?
I don't know. Do you think Byakuya might lie?
Never.
Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Okay.
Come on. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks.
Thanks,
Those
buddy.
glasses look so breakable.
Truth bullets!
Byakuya's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Alright, so what else do we have in here? Oh, hey, there's a checkerboard on the floor.
They were playing travel checkers.
Yeah, this looks like some kind of wrapper.
Maybe the one that the poison came in.
Oh,
The poison for Cusco?
Cusco's poison.
I figured.
There's the question of who was going to get to it first.
That's
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Why are you lying flat on the ground?
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her.
I mean, that's between the two of you, but, you know.
That's a candy wrapper.
Oh.
Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura.
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room.
So we should check that.
I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them.
You really like them that much?
Oh.
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one herself. That's why I gave it to her.
Oh.
Now, they've lost all their flavor.
They expired, didn't they?
Yeah.
Hina!
Aww.
Truth bullets!
Sad, somber truth bullets.
Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Alright. There's, we got some blood back here. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Right, because glass is red. Blood is pink. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle.
Okay,
Nailed it.
Makoto.
Nailed it. He's putting it together.
Truth bullets!
Glass shards on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
And to my list of potential album names.
Yeah.
Man.
Huh? Something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure.
Fucking and chess knight?
I've interpreted how you want, I guess.
Look at it! How is that not what's happening right there? It's clearly a knight from a chessboard, and Monokuma
Is all up behind it.
Keep your crazy fan fiction ideas.
Oh,
Actually, no. This
shit.
is the perfect place for that. Never mind. Feel free to share.
I mean, maybe in a kink meme, but otherwise I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf.
For bribery.
Ah!
Oh, he's doing it to all of them!
And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure.
Not the entire royal family. No, Monokuma.
What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
No, it's not the entire royal family. I think he left the king alone. That's the queen on the right there, isn't it?
I think it's a king. It's a sort of little cross
Oh.
top.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, you got bishop, rook, and pawn.
Yeah, but there's also a gap.
2 missing bottles.
2 missing, so the queen is missing.
Huh.
So,
It's really different, actually, but it's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
What kind of ship? Like us?
Like a schooner? Huh?
Oh. I see. In destroying Sakura, they've destroyed the best ship. It all comes together.
Case closed.
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that?
Doesn't get
I don't get out much. yeah. Maybe I have.
He's lying.
Yeah.
I totally have. Yeah. Let's talk about more ship bottles.
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. No one ever said that Kyoko was very creative. I mean, she has strengths.
Yeah,
It's
that's just not one of them. That's all
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know that reminds me of that old police song, Monokuma in a Bottle.
Oh my god.
Truth bullets!
Oh, I was really hoping you were going to do that to the theme of Message in a Bottle.
Monokuma in a bottle.
has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things. Little by little.
No.
By very little.
Little by little. Monokuma bottles sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground all by myself. The red shards of glass, which probably started as a bottle.
Bring it together, Makoto. Bring it home.
Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right?
Who are you talking
Can you
to?
imagine him trying to take, like, a timed test in school?
Oh.
It's a wonder he even made it into a high school.
Shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Nailed it.
How much blood is on her head is my question, because, I mean...
Well, let's take a peek. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered.
Okay.
Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she'd also vomited blood.
Is that what happened in the back there with that other...
That's kind of what I'm
sploosh?
thinking, yeah. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood?
Maybe all that poison. Cusco's poison.
The poison for Cusco? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Truth bullets!
The status of Sakura's body has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
That's not even a little bit how that works.
Not a chance.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
Please stop looking down her blouse. Even I think that's gross.
Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? Agree.
I agree.
No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Let's look at some blood. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Kinda looks like a crab. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died?
Maybe that's where she was vomiting blood?
Truth bullets!
Magazine shelf bloodstain has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
What else do we have here? Oh, let's look at the magazines. That same shelf, full of magazines. Good times. There's all different kinds of magazines here.
Ah, you sharp little bastard.
Cat attack.
Catwatch 2018. Hey, it's an empty locker. Huh? The locker's open. And there on the inside,
Oh my god, it's the Blair Witch Project.
it's a handprint? It's like 3 handprints.
Why?
Mike! What's a handprint doing here?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too.
Cheeky.
I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra.
The anatomy of a John joke is he makes the joke. There's like 2.5 seconds where you process what exactly the joke is coming from, and then the reaction is either laughter or dismay, depending on the quality of the joke.
Yep.
Ow! You little shit.
So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Given how observant he is, that's entirely possible.
I could totally have missed someone hiding in there.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Oh. Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Right. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Oh.
You were so close.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah. So then, what does this handprint mean?
Well, someone could have been, like, in there and popped out to hit her on the back of the head. And then there's got to be another way out of the room?
Yeah.
I was going with suicide, but somebody hit her on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Truth bullet!
Locker handprint has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Locker handprint, also a pretty solid album name.
This is going to be a great list of discs I'm putting out.
Oh, hey, there's some stuff over here.
Is there anything in this room not broken?
Yes, the Othello board.
Let's all play some Othello. Just like what Celeste would have wanted.
There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Rolling of its own free will.
It's alive! Everyone, run!
so
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein.
It was probably her last words.
And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
What do you mean? Glug, glug, glug,
Oh. For some reason, it makes more sense that he's drinking the protein, but I had imagined you had him eating the glass.
I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff.
And poison!
And poison. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange.
Hero was in there cooking all day. He wasn't missed anything.
What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can?
Well, I would say glass, but it's sort of, bluish, clear colored, and glass is clearly red. Shards of light blue glass. It must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
Why does that matter?
So
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
In like 2 hours.
An important clue? I'm not sure I see how... Truth bullets!
Empty protein drink has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Well, the Truth Bullet song played, so it must be something to remember.
Alright, I'm officially confused.
Yeah. So is this...
Whatever
that's-
that is.
I think it's the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
I would say it's suicide, except for the head wound.
Yeah.
Did someone drop the pill bottle when they came in?
Oh,
Because the pill bottle must have, fallen on top. It fell on top of the glass, which means someone dropped it coming in.
these are all great questions. Questions we will
took the
continue to
clock?
pursue. I guess we'll wait until after the clock.
It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego?
I don't know. Let's speculate about that out loud.
Anywho, time to think about these clues and then check out what else is. I think probably just leave the room and look for other
I think we can
clues
leave the room. Yeah.
next time.
What kind of candy do you think that was? I could eat some candy.
Strawberry? Poison?
Green tea.
Ugh. So basically poison.
Protein candy.
Taro.